Live from Albuquerque, New Mexico, this is Impact Wrestling. I am Tommy Black, the voice of Order Entertainment Enterprise. And we got a hell of a night of action coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big main event happening here tonight between Moose and Rich Swann. What a matchup that is going to be. It is going to be, well, basically survival of the fittest, if you will. But we are going to be starting the night out with some great tag team action. AEW's own Proud and Powerful, Ortiz and Santana, will be squaring off against Impact's TM61. Now formerly known as LAX, recently have been appearing on Impact Wrestling, participating in some killer matches, but they are looking to get themselves back on a wave of momentum that they have not been on in quite some time. Former Impact Tag Team Champions, in their own right, have yet to hold the AEW World Tag Team Championships, which is actually quite the disappointment. Which I hate to say it is quite a disappointment, because they are a very decorated tag team, to say the least. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that we are all buzzing from last night's Rampage. That is huge, and the paradigm shift has definitely changed. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you mean this one? Hello, 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 and here comes Proud and Powerful. Look at him. One of the most decorated teams in professional wrestling. As I said, they are former Impact World Tag Team Champions in their own right, and it is literally a crime that they haven't held the AEW World Tags. This crowd's electric. Australia's own TM61. Shane Thorne, Nick Miller, or Mikey Nichols, if you want to get technical. Look at that. Do it again. Anyway, Ortiz looking to start out against Mikey Nichols or Nick Miller, whatever you want to call him. And here we go. Is he going to ring the damn bell, for God's sake? Here we go. Ding, 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 motherfucker. Got that headlock right there. Setting him up. This is going to be a hell of a matchup to kick off the night here on Impact Wrestling. Good leapfrog. Looking to grab right up and hold. Into the hip toss. Beautiful job there by Ortiz. Went for it. Solid right hand. Looking to run right up. Got the clothesline right there by Ortiz, and his afro is sunk right into the canvas. Setting him up into the corner. Let's see what we got here. Good job getting out of the way. Ortiz got him up onto the fireman's carry here. Setting him up into the flapjack. Beautiful job there by Ortiz. Stepping up into the leg drop. Beautiful. Flush right on the jaw. In the corner. Let's see what we got here. Oh, was looking for the tag. Got a chance this time. Mikey Nichols definitely on top of the world right now. Good reversal. Good kick to the midsection. Looking to get him. Got a chance this time, taking the knee to the midsection. Ortiz with a double boot straight to the chest. Here he goes. Oh, and there goes Mikey Nicholls right onto the floor. Santana getting the crowd on his head. Here's the tag. Look at a climb. Can he connect? Oh my God! He just crushed it. Santana. Oh, and he just flew right over the top. That's how you do it here in Impact Wrestling. They haven't lost a step. Yeah, they may have a couple losses on their record since returning to Impact Wrestling, but it has been terrific matches through and through. Got him up in on the apron. There's the elbow right there. And he cut him off. Good job keeping Mikey Nicholls away from Shane Thorne. Let it go to the right hand. Good reversal there by Nicholls. Going up and over. As I said, a great way to kick off the night. Formerly known as LAX. Proud and powerful in action here to kick it off against TM61. Looking for the tag. Not this time. Santana kicking out of the corner. He'll turn around into the roll. Oh, and there's the save. And this match is already spiraling out of control. Here he goes into the STO as he goes for the cover, doing a little bit of damage upon his longer too. And the kick out. What a match. What's going on, Shummer? How are you? Solid right hand there by Mikey Nicholls. Setting him up. Santana into the corner. Looking for the tag. As he looks to send him westward into the corner. The referee, of course, in the way. Here's the tag. Ortiz up on the middle rope. That's vintage right there. As he looks to hoist him up. Into the Saito. Good Lord, that just shook the foundations of the ring. He makes the tag. Here comes Shane Thorne. Right at full speed. Good single leg drop kick. Ortiz getting back up on his feet. Looking to run. Got out of the way of that. Looking to hoist him up into the belly of the belly. Great job there by Ortiz. Oh. Into that corner. Looking for the tag. Let's see what we got here. Hoisted him up into the German suplex. God. For the cover, that could be it for Thorne. One, and the kick out. Quick kick out right there. Santana looking at Shane Thorne had those ropes in tow. At that forearm. Santana looking to cinch him up. Shane Thorne. Oh! Eating that brain buster. That was beautiful. Into the corner. Got that chop beautifully done. Good kick right out of the corner. Nice reversal. At the forearm. Good elbow. And somehow he magically manages to hit Bo. Off of the ropes. Got him with a single leg drop kick. Dragging him away. James looking to target the lower back. Good kick. This has been one hell of a matchup. Retching right at the arm. Oh, Santana starting to fight right on that. Grabs a hold and takes him right down to the mat. That's that amateur style on display. Oh, that's not amateur. That's just blatantly choking it. I don't know. Things might change if that game comes out and looks good. Got the chop. Shane Thorne right up to the top. The referee's too busy jacking his jaw with Nick Miller. Oh, and Shane Thorne gets off the top. Here he goes. Oh, and he flattened it. Chicken Wang. Got him up on his feet. Shane Thorne looking to send him into the corner right here. Don't just stare at him. Do something. Not this time. Good stomps. Looking to get him. Oh, he scratched right at the back. Good kick to the midsection. And there he goes for the uppercut. Ortiz is trying to get in. Looking to send him right into the corner. Trying to get him. Got the knees right to the back. Oh! He just damn near took his head off. They might be looking to put a little bit more of a damper on the return of LAX, or proud and powerful if you want to call him that. Oh, he can't even make it to his partner. I would target that surgically repaired knee of Shane Thorne if I was you. Oh, now you're just going to stare at him. What an idiot. Here comes Ortiz. My God, here comes Ortiz. What the hell is this? Oh! Look at the boy. Oh! I think he made the save. I'm not sure. TM6-1 almost had the win. That would have been a major upset here tonight. Got him right there. Somebody busted open. Off into the corner goes Santana. Getting out of the way. Santana's all by himself. Cinching him up. Beautiful brain buster. Oh, there goes Thorne. Thorne is, well, he's taking a nap. Slowly getting up on his feet here. Can he connect? Oh, and he missed. Then he was looking for a flying code breaker. That would have been fantastic. Up and over goes Santana. Great tag team match here. Got him with a single leg drop kick. Now Santana going in off of the ropes. Looking to connect into the running senton. Beautifully done as he goes for the cover to get the win. Here tonight for Proud and Powerful. And the kick out there by Mikey Nicholls. What's going on, J-Rod? Here's the chop. Looking to cinch him up and do another brainbuster. Good reversal. Mikey Nicholls into the neck breaker. Stepping up. Oh, and a face first right into the... Fist first right into the face. Don't stand there, tag the son of a bitch in. Oh, wait a minute. He's going right for Nick Miller. Here comes Ortiz. He's looking to take a piece. Oh! Good backbreaker. This time he's yanking in Shane Thorne. These two are fighting all over the place. This match is out of control. Oh, he missed. His action's on the floor everywhere. Into the DDT. 1, 2, and that's not enough. Ortiz finally back up on the apron here. And off into the corner. Let's see what we got. Almost, wait a minute. Good job scouting that. Mikey Nicholls, oh, that short arm clothesline. But he's back up on his feet. Here comes Santana. Let's go with the clothesline himself. Good reversal. Setting him up into the corner. TM6-1. Wait a minute. Grab the hold. And a German. Wow. That's how you do it. On by Shane. Stepping up into the tag. Let's see what we got here. Ortiz going vintage. Looks to turn him. Great takedown right there. Setting him up into the corner. Oof! He is just unloading on him. Nothing much, buddy. I'm doing all right. Got that shoulder on clothesline. Wait a minute. Elbow. Mikey Nicholls. Oh, wait a minute. Not a chance this time. Good takedown. Looking to go for it. Got him cinched up. Nice reversal. Into the cover. But what is the referee doing? Stop jacking your jaw. We may have a win. 1, 2, and the kick out. Come on. Ortiz looking to cinch him up. Trying to stay on top of Mikey Nicholls. Beautiful suplex. Yes, sir, he did. Setting him into the ropes. Good knee to the midsection. Looking to do it. Beautiful duplex. As now Ortiz sets him up into the side Russian leg sweep. Last wrestler I seen do that was Val Venus, and back in the Attitude Era. That was vintage, ladies and gentlemen. Into the corner. Solid right hand. Going for another. Here's the tag. Let's see what we got. Looking to set him up. Oh! He just folded like an accordion. Oh, wait a minute. These two are fighting tooth and nail right now. What a tag team matchup. Setting him off the ropes. Got him in the basement drop kick. Oh. look at him just taunting Shane Thorne. Oh, goodbye. Oh, what the hell is he about to do? Oh, and he missed. Then he's got up just in the nick of time, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. Got him off into that corner. Wait a minute. Santana button right on back. Oh, and he's busted open. Good scratch in the back. Locking him up. Good turnaround. And there he goes with a single leg. For the cover. To get the win here tonight on Impact Wrestling. 2 in the kick out. Oh, what's this? Setting him into the corner. And beautiful. Shotgun drop kick. Right to his chest. Oh. Guess Shane Thorne's not going to get in the match anytime soon. Off into the corner. Oh! I was looking for it. Good reversal. Trying it again. Oh, what the hell's he about to do? Oh, and putting the knee right on the pressure point of the back. What a great job by LAX keeping Mikey Nicholls isolated. Oh! Good job. Looking with a tag. Mikey Nicholls hiding out of the corner. Got him cinched. Oh! Went into a vicious neck breaker. Beautiful job by the former NXT competitor. Running at full speed. Santana getting right out of the way. Here he goes. Oh! Good Lord, this team is fighting tooth and nail. I am loving every bit of it. This is one hell of a way to kick off Impact Wrestling. Here's the tag. The turnaround. Got him hoisted up. Oh, into the gut buster he goes. Here's it. Oh, wait a minute. That's unruly. Going up and almost death press. Good God. Shut up! Where'd you go with the chop? Off into the corner. Good kick to the midsection. Solid punch. Going for the roll-up. Might have knocked down Mikey Nicholls here. 1, 2 in the kick out. About time, too. Oh! Ortiz's hands might be busted open. Here's the tag. This could be the moment that they need. Oh my God! And LAX, proud and powerful, get the win. Fantastic. What a great way to kick off the night. Big win for LAX. But folks, we are not going to waste any time. We got a whole lot of action here tonight. Coming up next, as a matter of fact, we got a champion versus champion contest. Now, normally that sounds like a main event quality thing. I get it. But tonight, Jordynne Grace is set to be in action, going one-on-one with Cassie Lee. or you might know as Peyton Royce. Now, what I would call a dream match is pretty much insanity. And the last time they shared the ring together, they were on the same sides. It was a 6-woman tag team match. It was Jordynne Grace and the Iconics going up against Havoc and Nevaeh and Taylor Wilde. Now, Taylor Wilde is from what I heard, out on an injury. But it's kind of ironic that at Against All Odds, Jordynne Grace will be facing Havoc, defending the Impact Knockouts Championship. Now, Against All Odds is in less than 3 weeks. Nonetheless, this should be a hell of a matchup. Let's go to the ring. It's going to be great. I want to see what Cassie Lee or Peyton Royce can do on her own. If it ever comes to that. I mean, this is just a champion showcase right here. And a thick Mama Pump making her way to the ring here. Proudly. Wait, what the hell? Oh, what the hell? They're not even going to make it to the ring. Here we go. Let's get this party started here. Got her right into the apron. He's got the belt. They're going to bring it back inside the ring. Oh, wait a minute. The referee's holding her back. Why? I think he's crooked. And over the ropes she goes. Good drop down. Look at a grab hook. Beautiful job there by Jordynne Grace. Over the ropes she goes. Got the drop down. And another drop down by Big Mama Pump. And there she goes. In her back up on her feet. Good elbow there by Jordynne Grace. Got the forearm. Setting her up off of the ropes. Went to go with a spine buster. Good reversal there by Cassie Lee. Reflecting the clothesline. And got the kick. Wow. That is bad. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. Going into the roll-up already. 1, 2, and the shoulder kicks up. Wait a minute. And the kick out. These women have each other scouted. Give them one time they shared the ring. Here she goes into that power slam that just reverberated the canvas. And here comes, oh, look at Billie Kay right there. Jessica McKay up on the apron. Just jacking her jaw. And Peyton Royce, oh, whatever. Into that inverted DDT. Look at a head right off the rope. Here she goes. Got the tackle right there. I think over the elbow, not this time. Here she goes, right into the Franken Stunner on the Impact Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Going for the roll-up. This could be big for Cassie Lee. No. Oh, getting back up on her feet here. Grabbing up, going into the schoolgirl. But Jordynne Grace had it scouted. Good punch in the midsection. Got that kick to the back. Getting her up on her feet. Good reversal. Into the corner. Getting out of the way just in the nick of time. Here she goes. Got her up into the fireman's machine to find the strength to pick her up and hanging her out to dry right on the top rope. Going for it. Oh! Good stomp. Targeting the arm, Cassie Lee. Definitely seems to have the number of Jordynne Grace here. But wait a minute, solid right hand right to the midsection. Now looking to hoist her up. And beautifully done. Push right under the canvas. Jordynne Grace out of desperation going for the cover. She has definitely suffered a major amount of punishment in this matchup. Solid right hand right to the side of the head. Off into the corner. I think of the right hand, Cassie Lee turning it around. Finally starting to come to life. Wait a minute. Caught her right there. Got her down to the canvas. Good kickoff. Running at full speed ahead. Catching hold. Flipping her right all over. Face first into the canvas. Jordynne Grace going for the cover. Great way to kicks out. Great maneuver coming out of the Knockouts champion. Hoisted her up. Got her cinched here. Is this going to be it? Look at the strength of the Impact Knockouts champion. Right into the jackhammer. I wonder where she got that from. Up on the top rope here. Can she connect? Oh, and she missed that missile drop kick. That would have been a big, big time move to keep this momentum going. But Cassie Lee looking to capitalize on the mistake. Sending her off of the ropes. Oh, and Jordynne Grace got right out of the way of that. Why is there a chain? Jordynne Grace in off of the ropes. Got her with a running senton that may have just crushed her ribs. In for the cover. 1, 2, and the kick out there by Cassie Lee. What are you doing? Got that chair set up in the corner. Let's go with a kick. Good reversal there by Peyton Royce. Cassie Lee, whatever you want to call her. Where is she going? Oh my God! For the cover, this could be it. This could be it. 1, 2, and the kick out. Great distraction right there coming out of Jessica McKay. And that gave Cassie Lee enough time to recuperate. While Jordynne Grace was down there for the pin. Another elbow. Looking to set her up. Cinching her. Using the ropes for leverage. Right into the suplex. Jordynne Grace definitely capitalized so far. Oh, wait a minute. There's the reversal. Going for it. Oh, and one and in. Oh, wait a minute. Jessica McKay once again getting on. Somebody kick this bitch out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Cassie Lee up on top. Beautiful Frankenstunner. Executed with pure elegance. Looking to go for the cover. 1, and the kick out there by Jordynne Grace. Back up on her feet. Here she comes. Oh, solid elbow. And there she goes with the tackle. Jordynne Grace lining up once again, and another running senton. Doing a lot of damage to the midsection as Jordynne Grace goes for the cover. Miles away from the ropes. This could be the win that she needs. No. Jordynne Grace running right on up. Doing a little bit of damage. Dragging her away. Jordynne Grace. What is she doing? Oh, she's got a hold. Good Lord. He just threw her damn near out of the ring like she was Enzo Amore. Good kick to the midsection. Nice reversal. Beautiful job there by Jordynne Grace as now she backs right up off of the ropes. Coming in full speed. Oh my Lord. That did a lot of damage. Look at a hoist her once again. Into another power slam. That was beautifully done. Oh, get her the hell out of here. Somebody get her the hell out of here. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Oh, and face first into the canvas goes Jordynne Grace. Thanks to Jessica McKay. God, she might have the win here, ladies and gentlemen, for the cover. 1. Oh, and the kick out. Don't get near her. Oh, and what a kick. Oh, God, Jordynne doesn't belong up there. Not in this high-risk situation. Oh, and there's the elbow. We're going to send her right back in. Grabbing a hold. Oh, and that definitely popped an implant. Shawn Spears is definitely not going to be happy tonight. Good elbow. Nice reversal, right into the Irish whip, sending Jordynne Grace into the corner. Beautifully done. As she's got her up in the corner right there. Nice reversal there by Cassie Lee. Looking to grab a hold. Here she goes into the side Russian leg sweep. And what the hell is she about to do? Cassie Lee got a hold of the head of Jordynne. But Jordan's starting to find out, and they throw in some elbows right into the midsection of one half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Cinchinu up here. Look at the power of Jordynne Grace here. Holy cow. All that blood just rushing right to the head of Cassie Lee. Beautifully flush. Oh, good kick right to the face. Cassie Lee was down there playing possum. Look at her blowing a kiss. What arrogance. Turning it around. Into the German. Oh, get her the hell out of here. I know we're best friends in there, but Jesus Christ, no need. Got her with a Saida. Going for the cover. This could be it. No, and this time Jordynne Grace with another kick out. Oh, got the elbow right on the back of the skull. There she goes again, trying the knee into the skull, right into the back. Get her back up on her feet. Good slap to the face. Off the leg. Here she goes. Into the spine buster. Coming right out back. Jordynne Grace looking to get the momentum on her side. Trying to build it up. Here she goes. Into the bear hug. This is vintage Jordynne Grace, but it was effective as Cassie Lee taps out into a submission. Wow. Oh, and that chair was definitely deemed effective. Folks, what a match. I mean, Jessica McKay seems to be a little bit frustrated. Well, that's whatever. We still got a whole lot more action coming your way. Jordynne Grace looking absolutely spectacular against Cassie Lee, or formerly known as Peyton Royce, defeating one half of the Impact Knockouts champions. She had to really dig back, go back to her days of being old school, and went for that bear hug, just damn near breaking the back of the Knockouts Tag Team champ. But anyway, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. So much action coming your way. The main event here tonight, Moose, the #1 contender to the Impact World Championship, will be going one-on-one with Rich Swann. We know those two are bound to tear the house down in the main event. It is not going to be short and sweet. We know how much of a fight Rich Swann can bring to the table. But this matchup here, possibly looking to rekindle an old rivalry that happened about 9 months ago. A little bit before Redemption, if you will. Sami Callihan was well on his way to try to get a shot at the Impact World Championship, but listen to this. Eric Young, very much like what he did in the X Division situation, which finally Sammy Guevara became the #1 contender, which he rightfully deserves. But Eric Young managed to pick up the win over Sami Callihan, which led him to fighting Eric Young at Redemption. This match, Sami Callihan looking to settle the situation once and for all. They are 1-1 against each other. The final meeting between Eric Young and Sami Callihan happening right here tonight. Let's go to the ring. Ooh. Oof. Of course, we have recently been told that speaking of our tag team division, while we're going to be on the subject of our tag team division, we found Heath laid out in the back when we went off the air last week. Now, I'm pretty sure the loss that they suffered last week against Rich Swann and Willie Mack was the final straw for Rhino. Now, we have not seen Rhino, but we do know that Heath was taken to a local medical facility where it may be possible that his leg may be broken. And if that is the case, we wish Heath a full recovery and can't wait to see him back in action here on Impact. But I can see where Rhino is coming from. But nonetheless, we will get down to that story later on. Making his way to the ring right now is Eric Young. Eric Young looking like $1 million right now. Of course, recently was in the #1 contenders match this past Saturday, or last Saturday, to try to become the #1 contender to the Impact X Division Championship. Oh boy, the Death Machine is definitely in the building tonight, Sami Callihan. Look at that man. He has just been on one bumpy road after another. Sami Callihan not afraid to get his hands dirty when deemed necessary. He looks out of his mind, doesn't he? And nonetheless, he's a hell of an athlete, whether he's out of his mind or not. Or speaking of out of his mind, recently had a match with Broken Matt Hardy. That's an athlete that's definitely out of his mind. Speaking of Matt Hardy, he will be in action later on in the night against Eddie Edwards. What a matchup that is going to be. God damn. That is a match dating around the TNA Tag Team titles when the Hardy Boys met with the Wolves. What a matchup that was. Ring the damn bell. Anyway, let's get down to the bottom of this. Sami Callihan not wasting any time. Good reversal there by Eric Young. Nice reversal there by Sami Callihan, who has got him in the headlock going for the punch. Looking to turn it on him. Into the German already. Good call. One in the kick out. Sami Callihan getting ahead of himself a bit early. Got the forearm. And off the ropes goes Eric Young. Got the drop down. Good leapfrog. Looking to grab him up and hold. Well, that was beautiful. Of course, last week he had a hell of a main event against Darby Allin. My God, was there blood everywhere. Those two men tore the house down in the main event, but young Darby Allin got the win. And of course, regarding that, we will be hearing from Austin as he is looking to address that situation that has been happening with him and the reckless Darby Allin. Lord, do we know if even Darby Allin is in the building. But it is great to see him back in the Impact Zone. Oh, good kick. Oh, and there he goes. Got him with the running bulldog. Beautiful job there by the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Did you just scream at me? I'm talking about you. I'm trying to put you over, and you're screaming at me. That's right there. Forearm coming out of Sami Callihan. I don't know whether the crowd wants to love him or wants to hate him, but Sami Callihan, a very fine-tuned athlete. Oh, he's still up. Oh, he's got him hooked right into the neck breaker. Beautiful job there by EY. EY debuted in TNA under the tutelage of Scott D'Amore in Team Canada. This is definitely not the same man, as I keep saying week in and week out, anytime he's in action. But to go for it. Missing wildly. Eric Young sending Callihan into the corner. Got him with a forearm right to the face. Not a lot of people in here tonight, but those who tuned in, I want to thank you all. Hit the back up on his feet. Eric Young got him up into the fireman's carry. Got him here. Oh, and just hung it. Sami Callihan kicking him right off. Finally starting to come to life, thank God. As I said, this is not the same Eric Young that I once knew. Lord. This is just one swift, twisted man. Of course, these are two twisted individuals inside the ring as we speak. Good reversal of the Irish whip. Eric Young sending Callihan over. Got him once again with another forearm. As he steps right to the outside, Sami Callihan getting sent back in. We're going to get him back up on his feet here. There's the right hand. Eric Young benching him up again into another neck breaker. Eric Young definitely has Sami Callihan's number here in this match. No, and he missed. Sami Callihan back up on his feet. Good takedown, as I said. He may be a deathmatch style wrestler, but he definitely knows what to do. Off of the ropes. Went to go with the clothesline, not this time. Solid right hand. Sami Callihan back into the ropes. Eric Young, there goes Sami. Right off the ropes he goes. Got him right between the eyes. Sami Callihan needs to really muster up a game plan. Got him up on his feet. Here he goes. Off. Looking to go for it. Callihan suplexes Eric Young in for the cover. Callihan possibly out of desperation. There's the kick out there by EY. Into the corner. Solid chop right to the chest. Eric Young might be going for a ride as well. Sami Callihan up on top, heading up to the top. Oh, wait a minute, maybe towards the middle ropes. Callihan stepping right on back into the suplex. Beautifully done. Sami Callihan rolling him over, going for the cover to get the win here on Impact Wrestling. 2 in the kick out. Off into the corner. Let's go with the kick. Not this time. Eric Young had it scouted. Let's go for a kick of his own. Beautiful clothesline. Good kick right between the eyes. Off of the ropes. Oh, and he went to go for the clothesline, not this time. Good reversal, great kick to the midsection. Sami Callihan running right on up. Beautiful forward. As now Callihan looks to climb. Up on top. Can he connect? Went to go for the crossbody. God, he was so loud there was no noise. But Callihan reaching right at the arm. Beautiful forearm coming out of Eric Young as he heads right off the ropes. Not a chance this time. EY cinching him up. Here he goes. And a pile drive. What a way to no-sell that one. Oh, what the hell is Callihan doing? He's trying to get the win, and he's getting his ass handed to him by a man who is violent by design. Good kick to the midsection. Sami Callihan hoisted him up. What's this? Oh my God! What a Death Valley driver! He just improvised on that one, probably because he couldn't get the move done. Into the Northern Lights. Beautifully done into the cover. 1, 2, and the kick out by Callihan. Eric Young looking to go for it. Solid reversal. Kick to the midsection. Sami Callihan hoisted him right up. Oh, and he can't even hold it. Eric Young just noticed that the back of Callihan just gave out. Oh, and there it goes. Look at the advantage of the weak Callihan. Got that forearm right into his face. Now stomping at the back. And he is noticed as gave out. Callihan is finished with that wheelbarrow neck breaker by Eric Young. That was absolutely ruthless. Great neck breaker. Eric Young going for the cover to get the win. 1, 2, and Eric Young gets the fucking win. Well, definitely the playing field has been finished. Eric Young getting the win over the Death Machine, Sami Callihan, which you cannot deny was a terrific outing for both these men. Now. Look at Eric Young. Folks. Unbelievable outcome for Eric Young. Don't get me wrong. But folks, we got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, as I was talking about, we are going to be hearing from Ace Austin, trying to truly get his side of the story surrounding the situation between him and the returning Darby Allin. And of course, will we ever find out the other reason that Darby Allin is here? He said that he's here for two reasons. One of them was to face the man who claims that he is the king of the X Division, Ace Austin. Darby Allin looking to prove what the X Division is all about. Anyway, we will be hearing from Ace Austin coming up after this break. Folks, to avoid these ads, all you have to do is subscribe. And it's not that hard to do. You can see the subscribe button right here on Order Entertainment. It is for $4.99 a month. I mean, that's not a bad deal whatsoever to enjoy some ad-free content. Get yourself a hell of an emote with more emotes, so it is all worth your while. But you can also get it through Amazon Prime. You'll only get one free subscription, just to let you know. So if you have Amazon Prime, go ahead, subscribe to Order Entertainment, and you will not be disappointed. The fuck is that? Anyway, let's go to the ring and hear from Austin. I want to hear his side of the story. I don't think the rest of the roster is really giving you any attitude, buddy. I really don't think it's the rest of the time. Ace Austin. Oh, you want me to hydrate? I didn't even know you were here. I did. Now, Ace Austin. Well, it wasn't water. It was a Coke. And I like soda. Now, Ace Austin stating that he is happy that he is actually over the moon. That he has the attention of Darby Allin. Pretty much saying that shows you how good he really is. Now, you can't discredit Ace Austin's athletic ability. Ace Austin, two-time X Division champion. had his spotlight in the sun when he challenged Alexander Hammerstone for the Impact World Championship. I don't think he's even here. But that is one thing that Darby Allin can hold over the head of Ace Austin, and that is the fact he is a former Impact World Champion. And he is the youngest to date. Remember that. The Gambit of Impact. Oh my God! But now coming up next, speaking of the X Division, we got ourselves an X Division style matchup coming your way here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for this. It is going to be Sammy Guevara against TJP. Now, Sammy Guevara, being the reigning defending #1 contender to the Impact X Division champion, had a historic match at All Out, where for the first time ever the Impact X Division Championship was defended on an All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view. I know. But tonight, he goes up against the former X Division champion in his own right, TJP. Now, under both of his reigns, TJP Division Championship under the persona Manic. Little Psycho, yo, yo, yo. Anyway, let's go to the ring. This is going to be great. Oh, Ace Austin's great. Now it has been set and confirmed for Against All Odds when Trey Miguel and Sammy Guevara will meet in the Impact ring for the X Division title. Will history be made? Or for the first time ever, could there be an AEW person holding the X Division Championship? I know. Speaking of titles being held by AEW competitors, this past Wednesday, you saw a great match between the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks. Well, let me tell you something, folks. We just saw history. We just admitted history. Right before our very eyes, the Young Bucks became the Impact World Tag Team Champions for the first time in their career. So next week will be the first time since they were known as Generation Me that they will be in action in the Impact Zone. This is going to be big. So yes, next week, the Young Bucks will be on Impact Wrestling. Whether anybody likes it or not. But we are soon to find out who the partner of Chris Sabin will be. Now, don't forget, Chris Sabin has promised Impact representatives that he will have a partner. We will find out next week if he has that partner, and when, we will find out who it is. And here comes TJP. Former Impact X Division champion, former WWE Cruiserweight champion. Sorry about that. Battery came loose. Had to change him anyway. Look at this kid. Not much of a kid anymore, but I have watched him grow throughout the years. But This is going to be a hell of a matchup. Very fast-paced, to say the least. These two are about to showcase what the X Division is all about. Ring the bell. Got that collar and elbow tie of Sammy Guevara, backing up TJP into the corner. And we get a clean break. Sign of respect right there. Clean break between the both. Knowing both of them. One of them's the future, and one of them has the history of being in the X Division. This is literally like a mentor facing a student. Good kick to the leg. And off the ropes goes Sammy Guevara. Let's see what we got. Good drop down there by TJP. Looking to grab a hold, not this time. Got those forearms. And off the ropes goes Sammy Guevara. Missing the drop kick. Sammy Guevara looking to capitalize right on the neck breaker. Good. Oh, went to go with the kick. Nice reversal there by TJP. Looking to grab a hold. Was looking for the kick to the head. Nice reversal there by Sammy Guevara. Looking to stand up. Got him with a Spanish fly. Beautifully done. Sammy Guevara stepping up into the moonsault. My God. And these two just go to town. Into the cover there by Sammy Guevara. And they have crushed his ribs. Good kick out. Went to go for the kick. Got him by the leg. Turning him over. Looking to see this submission work by TJP. Got him in the crossface. Can he tap him out here early? See that Sammy Guevara starting to fight out of it. Horrible camera angle, by the way. Of course, we will see the #1 contender to the Impact Knockouts Championship in action. Havoc will be in action. But against who may be the question. We will be hearing from her as well. Trying to get the attention of the woman who just competed against one half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Cassie Lee. What a drop kick. Formerly known as Peyton Royce. God, TJP just collided with the floor. Sammy Guevara running up at full speed. Oh my God. Beautifully done. Sammy Guevara sending him right into the apron. Face first into the apron goes TJP. Got him hooked. Beautiful maneuver there by Sammy Guevara. This is what the X Division's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. TJP sending him back in. Guevara trying to regain his composure. Good kick to the midsection. Looking to grab a hold. Good kick to the chest. Up on his feet. Slowly flush with a jawbreaker. Guevara with the kick. Got the kick to the midsection. Beautifully done. Got the snapmare. And good kick to the back. One more time. Off. What a standing shooting star. Into that corner. Sammy Guevara rolling right on up. Catching hold. Into the monkey flip. God, this kid is absolutely impressive. God, the chemistry here is unbelievable. Looking to fly. Connected, but just barely. That would have been fantastic as he goes for the cover. 1, 2 in the kick out there by TJP. Guevara still on the return. Still keeping that window of opportunity open. Connecting with a drop kick. TJP with an act of desperation. This step right there. Looking to fold him up. As I said, TJP, as much as he is a high flyer, he is also a submission magician. Don't let that submission work fool you. He's got him in the surfboard. Sammy Guevara coming up into the cover. Good kick out. Got him with the snap. Oh, good kick right between the eyes. Running off the ropes. Got him with the running leg. Running knee, sorry. 1. And the kick out. Sammy got the cutter. As now he looks to fly. Up on top, Sammy Guevara. Oh, he's taunting TJP. God, he is feeling confident here tonight. Can he connect? What a crossbody. 1, 2 in the kick out. Sammy Guevara once again looking to step right up. TJP getting out of the way of that standing drop kick. Running up at full speed, got the clothesline. Tipping right back up. Here he comes. Good elbow right there. TJP looking to send Sammy Guevara into the corner. Running at full speed. Got the missile drop kick right to the lower back. Grabbing right up and hold. Nice reversal. Got him with a super kick. Look at Sammy. God, what a transition between these two athletes. Sammy Guevara grabbing hold of TJP. Up to the top. Guevara on the shoulders. Beautifully done. As now Sammy Guevara reaching down to go for the cover. Smack in the middle of the ring. Miles away from the ropes of TJP. Can't even grab a hold. No. TJP on a whim. Kicking right out. Got the elbow right between the eyes. Running up. Missing wildly. Grabbing a hold. And a poison rana. Sammy Guevara looking to climb. Oh, he's up on his feet. Can he connect? No, and he missed. What an idiot. He shouldn't have taken the gamble. TJP is a veteran, and he'll capitalize on anything. Got him in the corner. Nice reversal. Got the elbow, and driving him face first into that top buckle. Grabbing hold. Sammy Guevara. Oh! Good night, TJ. 1, 2 in the kick out. Unfreaking believable. Oh, shit. Oh, going for it. Got him in that. He's got him hooked. My God, he's got him hooked. Is he going to tap out to TJP? Sammy Guevara looking to fight right out. Rolling over. Trying to regain composure in his knee. Going for the kick. And good night. Oh, what's this? Good kick to the leg. Up on the middle ropes. Into the Panama Sunrise. Looking for it. TJP with a no-sell. Oh, look at him. TJP possibly looking for the detonator kick. No, and Sammy Guevara with the reversal. Stepping up to the top with ease. Sammy with a 630. Check out the replay on that. That was beautifully executed, ladies and gentlemen. Flush right on the ribs. He is going to need to go to a local medical facility after that one for the cover and the win. 1, 2. He got him. Wow. What an X-Division style matchup. Sammy Guevara looking like $1 million before he meets Trey Miguel at Against All Odds in 3 weeks' time. Wow. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on, as this night is going to get better and better on the road to a hell of a main event between Moose and Rich Swann. But first, we are looking at dip right in. Eddie Edwards picking up a big win last week, looking to put him on a hell of a trajectory as he has been known as the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling for quite some time. He is one of the epitomes of Impact Wrestling. Tonight he goes up against a broken Matt Hardy, who has been on a little bit of a journey, if you will, through Impact Wrestling. Whoa! Look at that gifted sub. But nonetheless, both of them world champions in their own right. Let's go to the ring. To Punk Rocker as well. I will delete you. There he is. Former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Former TNA Tag Team Champion. Of course, he's been a tag champion no matter where he has gone alongside his brother Jeff. But do not forget that Matt Hardy and Jeff the Hardy Boys squared off against the Wolves for the TNA Tag Team Championships in a Full Metal Mayhem match. Happy SummerSlam weekend indeed. Now, Eddie Edwards, been on a hell of a momentum train as of late. Look at Eddie Edwards. Coming right through the crowd here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Look at this crowd, they're on their feet. They love Boston's own Eddie Edwards. Coming right through the crowd. Not afraid to take it to the streets if need be, if the battle calls for it. I had a lighter, and now I've lost it. Did you eat my lighter? I don't know who you're fist bumping, but it looks a little weird. Maybe that's the heart of Impact Wrestling right there, and he's got it in his hand. Well, nonetheless, we got ourselves a hell of a matchup we're going to be witnessing here tonight. I can wait for my lighter. Ring the damn bell, ref. Oh, Matt Hardy with the right hand. Looking to get him. Nice reversal there by Eddie Edwards. Nice headbutt. Good drop down there by Eddie Edwards. This crowd's electric, though. Grabbing right up and hold. Nice arm drag coming out of Matt Hardy. Grabbing a hold. Good kick to the midsection. Nice reversal. Running right up. Went to go with the clothesline. Good reversal. Got him in the fireman's carry takedown. Beautiful job there by Eddie Edwards. Grabbing a hold of the head. Matt Hardy might be in trouble already. Good headbutt. Grabbing right and hold. Eddie Edwards. Cinching him up. Into the power bomb. Flipping right up and over. And in the cover already. One in the kick out. Eddie Edwards looking to try it again. This time into the small package. Might try to get a quick one over Matt Hardy here tonight. No. Back up on his feet. Eddie Edwards scooping up into the beautiful power slam. Big scoop slam coming out of Eddie Edwards as he drags him away from the ropes. Stepping up with a chomp to the midsection. Lining him up. Beautiful kick to the chest as now Eddie Edwards goes for the cover. And there's that kick out. Eddie Edwards exacting the point of the elbow right into the top of Matt Hardy's head. Got that forearm. Got him again with that headbutt. Into the corner. Running at full speed, Eddie Edwards. Stepping up. Into the running bulldog. Eddie Edwards has the full momentum. And the match pretty much in his hand. And the kick up. He might as well take the son of a bitch home. Good headlock there by Eddie Edwards. Stretching right at the neck. Trying to slow down this momentum of Matt Broken Hardy. I don't know his fucking middle name. I just know his brothers because it sounds awesome. Cranking right at the neck. And now he's letting go. Matt Hardy went to go with a spinning heel. This time, Eddie Edwards was looking for the drop kick, went a mile over his head. But Eddie Edwards looking to capitalize on a mistake with that solid right hand. Matt Hardy slowly getting back up on his feet, reaching in the arm. Beautiful shoulder tackle to Eddie Edwards. Caught him. Beautiful leg drag. This is some great wrestling right here. Eddie Edwards into the side Russian leg sweep. As now he goes for the cover once again here on Matt Hardy. One. And the kick out. This time around. Oh, good rolling neck snap. Twisting it off to the side. As now Eddie Edwards looks to climb to the top here. Eddie Edwards in full control. But can he fly? Went to go with a drop kick. Hardy got right out of the way of that. I will hydrate here in a sec. Oh, wait a minute, let's look into the side effect. The turn around there, right? Edwards into a dragon suplex. My God! One, and the kick out. Good kick to the back. Eddie Edwards looking to drag Matt Hardy away from the ropes, keeping him miles away. Here he goes, driving an elbow straight to the heart. Straight into the heart. Into the corner. I think it was a solid, meant to go for that right hand. This time Matt Hardy turning it around into the Bulldog. Breaking at the arm. Got him in the chicken wang. Can Eddie Edwards fight right out of it? Eddie Edwards up on his feet. Solid right hand right to the midsection. As he grabs a hold and spiking Hardy into the canvas. Oh, what an elbow shot straight to the back. Hardy getting back up. Solid knee to the face. Possibly a thigh. That one wasn't fried, though. Eddie Edwards up on his feet. Shaking off the punishment that he just endured. Eddie Edwards with a Michinoku driver onto the floor. God, it feels like we're dating back to that. Oh! Right into that turn post. Beautiful job there by Eddie Edwards. Sets him up. Eddie Edwards cinching up Hardy. Placing him right on the barricade. Stepping back. Oh, what a kick to the side of the skull. Eddie Edwards looking to climb. God, he is putting it all on the line here. That referee not even really putting up a fight to tell him to get out because he knows how Eddie Edwards can be. Oh, he missed. But Edwards back up on his feet. There goes Hardy to the floor. Hardy's grounded. Eddie Edwards stepping right out to the floor. Oh, and spiked him once again. Eddie Edwards setting him up. Oh, and the back just went into the top of the steel guardrail. Then he felt it crack, didn't he? Good kick. And there's a knee. Could Eddie Edwards be looking to put this away? Going for the cover. Got the leg hook. 1, 2, and Hardy with a kick out. Got him right there. Once again. Oh! Eddie Edwards driving the point of the elbow into the top of the skull. Hoisting him up into the backbreaker. Got him into the corner. Running at full speed. Oh, but he missed. Good kick to the midsection there by Hardy. Went to go for the cutter. Not this time. Into the crossbody with a series of right hands right to the face of back. You Hardy. Eddie stepping up to that middle rope. Looking to fly. Oh, and he got him right there. God, he is definitely the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. He was the heart and soul of Ring of Honor for quite some time when he was the Ring of Honor World Champion. Oh, now driving his head first right into the canvas. Of course, having many feuds with Davey Richards over in Ring of Honor at the right hand. Eddie getting pumped up. What the hell is he doing? Tossing Hardy right on onto the floor. Oh, what the hell? Eddie better be careful. He's not a young man anymore. Remember that. Off of the ropes. Oh my God. Lord. Diving right onto the outside. Eddie Edwards just put it all on the line. Getting him right back inside the ring. Eddie Edwards off in the corner. Running up at full speed. Got that right hand. Touching right to the arm of Hardy. Twisting it around. Hardy with an elbow. Wait a minute. Starting to come to life. Putting it around on him. Right into the neck breaker. Beautiful. Hardy's starting to make the comeback here tonight on Impact Wrestling, targeting the arm. Finally, Hardy's starting to Hardy looking to go for the cover here on Eddie Edwards. And the kick out there by formerly the one half of the Wolves. I don't think they're together anymore. Grabbing a hold. Got the right hand right into the face of Edwards. I think he just took a nap. Edwards with the right hand. Needs to get back up on his feet. Here goes Hardy. Into the side of that. Hardy with an elbow straight to the square of the back. Oh, wait a damn second. He's looking for it. It is one on the TNA title. No! Avoiding the twist of fate. Into the corner he goes. Got the clothesline into the bolo. But Eddie Edwards getting back up on his feet here. Cinching him up. Jesus! Now look at Eddie. Eddie Edwards. Lining him up here. Oh, wait a minute. Matt Hardy with a headbutt. Going for the kick. Can he get him? Wait a minute. Eddie Edwards starting to fight right on back here. Getting under the powerbomb. Grabbing hold into the neck breaker. Oh, and Eddie off into that corner. Capitalizing on the moment. Boston Knee Party. For the cover. 1, 2. Eddie Edwards with the win. Wow. What a match indeed. Thank you for the bits. Sounding like Colt Cabana. What a matchup this was between Eddie Edwards and Matt Hardy. Jesus. I thought Hardy was going to walk away with it the way he was bouncing back and just kicking down the door. But Eddie Edwards picking up the win here today. Who the hell is that? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Is that Cassius? That's Chris Hero! Chris Hero! What the hell? Oh, these two know each other from Ring of Honor! Oh my God! It's Cassius! Oh, Chris Hero! Here he goes! Into the sit-out powerbomb on Eddie Edwards! Chris Hero is here! Oh, wait a minute! Good chop right to the midsection. And off of the ropes he goes. Grabbing him, swinging him up and around the world. Into the neck breaker. God, these two have quite a history dating back to Ring of Honor. Good jawbreaker into the... Jesus. I can't believe it. Chris Hero is in Impact Wrestling. Wow. Big moment here at Impact Wrestling. Folks, we got to take a commercial break. Chris Hero. I have a smile on my face, but we still got to go to the break. My God, folks, we got to move on. Chris Hero is in Impact Wrestling, formerly known as Cassius Ohno. Anyway, let's move on now. I mean, that's great. It's great to see Chris Hero. Holy cow. Coming up next, as we promised, we are going to be hearing from Jessica Havoc. I'm pretty sure she was paying attention to that matchup that Jordynne Grace had earlier on in the night against Cassie Lee, one half of the Iconics, and also one half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champion. But tonight, she wants a match of her own. Yeah, it may have been impressive that she just beat another champion, But we know how impressive Havoc can be. Let's go to the... Oh, wait a minute. My bad. We are back. I'm ready to go to the ring. What the fuck? But Havoc, a former Impact Knockouts champion in her own right, formerly an Impact Knockouts Tag Team champion alongside Nevaeh. It's great. It's just great to see Havoc on our screens each and every week. Of course, she will be meeting, as it's just been confirmed, and against all odds, to get the Impact Knockouts Championship around her waist. She's already in the ring. That's great. Chris Hero. Yeah, this dog knows who she is. Or he is. But she's also right now out here looking to pretty much say, hey, I'm paying attention. Hey, I'm doing my homework. I hate that as well. Or when I'm in the middle of doing this. Hello, doggo. Chris Hero. Cassius Ohno. Chris Hero. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. But she understands. She understands. You're a good dog. You know that? Logan taught you well. But nonetheless, we're waiting to see if Jordynne... right after the match, I think Jordynne Grace left the building, so I'm pretty sure Jessica Havoc might be out here wasting her time. But hey, Jordynne Grace normally doesn't take anything lying down. Oh, what happened? Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Pretty much. But that's Tasha Steelz. What the hell is Tasha Steelz doing here? Well, that pretty much tells me that Jordynne Grace may be out that damn building. Like I said, I was told she left the building right after a match against Cassie Lee. Who, Chris Hero? Yes, he is. Chris Hero's fantastic. Get off the mouse! The dog's about to run an ad. Oh, okay, we only have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left before I run out of time. Aris, get off the computer! We know you can do technical things. Technological things. You're a very smart dog, but you need to stay off the computer while I'm using it. Thank you very much. Of course, these two have quite a history when they were battling over the Impact Knockouts Tag Team titles. God, what a feud that was. Of course, Havoc and Nevaeh losing those belts to the Iconics here on NFS, or actually, I think it was at Victory Road. It was at Victory Road. Tasha Steelz actually thinks that by herself she could take down a woman the size of Jessica Havoc. She's higher than Sin. Of course, right after this, we're going to be heading over to the MWO, or the Mike World Order podcast, where they will be doing a SummerSlam watch-along. That's going to be fun. I wonder how Mikey's doing. He might be drunk and probably in a gutter. I'm kidding. Hope he's doing fine. Oh, damn, Jessica Havoc just telling her to get the hell out of the ring. She doesn't know what she's in for. She may have had the advantage when she had Kiera Hogan at her side. But to be honest, I think Havoc sent Kiera Hogan packing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! Oh, that just happened! Havoc's not taking any of that. Oh, just suplexed her onto the canvas already. Maybe. I wouldn't do it at this point. Oh, and he slammed. She slammed. What's she doing? Havoc got her by the throat and just tossed her. Good stomp right there, right at the arm. Looking to target the arm here. And, oh, and just leg dropped it. Well, I guess this match has been confirmed. Solid turnaround. Havoc looking to send Tasha Steelz right over the ropes. Good Lord, no. Oh, she's going to get back in the ring. Oh, wait a minute. This match, the ref is trying to confirm the match. This match is coming up next. Oh, and she's playing with her. Is she in the audience? Nope, this match is happening. She just went in the audience. Well, that is right. Coming up next, Havoc versus Tasha Steelz. Again, this is going to be quite a good matchup. The history, as I said, dating around the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. But Tasha Steelz thinks that she could take down a woman the size of Jessica Havoc by herself. She may have had that advantage when it came to her teaming up with Kiera Hogan. But as before, Jessica Havoc may have sent Kiera Hogan packing. Because we haven't seen her all day. We truly haven't. Which is kind of a sad thing to say because she is a hell of an athlete and she was a great asset to the Impact roster. Run, but there's more than I can do. As long as we still got a reason to hold on, win, won't stop believing. Now this is war, now this is war. Well, that fell. Anyway, let's go to the ring. Oh, great, we're getting the whole shebang. Ding, ding. Right on, buddy. Thank you. That's what he told me to tell you. Look at Tasha Steelz. What an entrance. Very flashy, very charismatic. Really haven't seen her much in singles competition. Only one time before when she went up against Jordynne Grace. Maybe a couple times before when she was competing for the Impact Knockouts Championship. This might be her second or third singles match in her career here in Impact Wrestling. Look at Tasha Steelz. Here we go, we got ourselves a hell of a match. Let's get the party started. Got that collar and elbow tie-up. Havoc looking to back her off. Oh, wait a minute. Got it right there. That speed might be a benefactor here. Off into the corner. Oh, and what a neck breaker. Maybe she can take her down with ease. Getting her back up on her feet. Here she goes with a solid right hand. Right to the face. Havoc looking to target the leg. Can't get right out. Oh! We will talk that over later. Oh! Solid right hand. Tasha Steelz looking to run right up. Beautiful uppercut there by Havoc. And oh, and she just leveled her. God just folded the bitch. Wait a minute. Tasha Steelz looking to send Havoc into the corner, running at full speed. Nice reversal. And pick up the clothesline. Tasha Steelz gets right out of the way of that. Setting her up. Havoc going into the corner. Running at full speed. Putting her on the ropes. Stepping over. Oh, what a kick. Havoc trying to regain her composure. What the hell is she about to do? Havoc. She'll put it right back in. Now here she goes with a series of right hands right into the eye. I think it's the eye. Off into the corner. Oh! What a chop. As now Havoc backs right on up. Oh, and a knee right into the face. In for the cover. And a hell of a kick out. Back up on her feet. Good chop to the chest. Here she goes. Turning it around on her. Oh, what a German. Went to go with a kick to the midsection. Reversal there by Tasha Steelz, turning it right over. Oh, now she's got her by the skull. This is a submission hold. Got her locked right up. This referee wasn't even paying attention. Jessica Havoc getting right out, taking the elbows right to the face of Tasha Steelz. Good kick. God, got her leg high. Dragging Tasha Steelz right into the middle of the ring here. She looks to target the legs. Oh, and what a stomp right to the midsection. Added pressure right onto the intestines of Tasha Steelz. Solid right hand right to the side of the head. Jessica Havoc taking pure control of this situation happening inside the ring. Off into the corner. Havoc running at full speed. Went to go with the splash. Tasha Steelz got out of the way, and there's the clothesline. Went to go with the stomp. For the cover. And the kick out. Getting her back up on her feet. Went to go for the smack. Oh, a snap Mary. Jessica Havoc once again feeding the big boot to Tasha Steelz and absolutely showing pure dominance throughout this matchup here. Good kick to the midsection. Going for it here. Havoc hoisting her up into the power bomb and now going for the cover. 1, 2, and Tasha Steelz isn't out of it yet. Nice reversal of the Irish whip. Tasha Steelz sending Havoc into the corner. Good kick to the midsection. Setting her up into the corner. Running oh, I thought she was going to take a big massive turn for the worse. Solid forearm. As now Havoc backs right off of the ropes. Here she goes into a leg drop. Good cover. 1, 2, and what a kick out. Off into the corner. Havoc got her by the neck. Oh, at the floor, which was beautifully done. Good kick out of the corner there by Tasha Steelz. Nice turnaround. Let them go with the kick. Tasha Steelz grabbing the leg, turning her right up and over. As now once again she looks to put her into a variation of a master lock. Now taking her down to the canvas. This could be it for Jay Havoc. Or can she fight right out of it? Taking those elbows right to the face. A former Knockouts champion. Got her right here. Oh, and she just tossed her with a veil. The crowd's hate. Natasha Steelz may be finished. Oh, what a slam! Havoc getting her back up on her feet. Oh, and what a double axe handle. Trying the cover. This could be it. 1, 2. Not a chance. Tasha Steelz still in this son of a bitch. Look at Jessica Havoc over there acting like a child. Here she goes. Got her by the throat. Havoc cinching her up. Sending her straight to hell. Well, that'll definitely send a message if Jordynne Grace is still even here. Oh, and she's looking for it. Oh, and Tasha Steelz avoided it, remembering the matches that she had regarding the Impact Knockouts tag titles. Solid right hand by Tasha Steelz, and she looks to line her up, possibly adding herself to the Knockouts Championship match. And against all odds, what a cutter, and she goes to the cover here on Havoc. 1, 2. Oh, and she did it! Unbelievable! She just proved us all wrong. I don't freaking believe it. To the point where I actually picked up a microphone that I actually don't need. That is absolutely insane. I thought Jessica Havoc had this matchup in the bag. Wreak Havoc, my ass. Tasha Steelz just put away Jessica Havoc, the #1 contender to the Impact Knockouts Championship. Did this change the face of the Knockouts Championship matchup? And against all odds, Impact management or Impact representatives are definitely going to have to figure that one out in the weeks to come, building up to Against All Odds. Look at Tasha Steelz' big win, proving that she might be actually a viable singles competitor here in the Impact Knockouts division. Great, she is going to be stroking her ego for time and time again over the next few weeks. But nonetheless, we are going to be moving on right on to our main event of the evening between Moose and Rich Swann. Now, Moose being the #1 contender to the Impact World Championship. Rich Swann being a former Impact World Champion. This is going to be a hell of a main event, but looking to make sure the match is fair. I highly disagree, though. More or less, this just turned into a 2-on-1 situation because Rich Swann can't do it by himself. Now I digress. Rich Swann is a hell of a competitor. Did a little bit of time in the WWE, did a little bit of time in MLW, former Impact X Division champion, and a former Impact World Champion in his own right. Moose, well on his way to try to get his hands around the Impact World Championship once again. Not once again, but for the first time in his professional wrestling career. He is a former Impact Grand Champion. That is something definitely worth talking about. Of course, here in Order Entertainment, former Impact Television Champion, defeating Logan Slater for that prestigious belt. Held it for a good 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. It was a solid reign. Defended it each and every week here on Impact before it became obsolete. But nonetheless, big main event here. Will this be a quick job for Moose? Or will Rich Swann actually put up the fight and possibly change the course of his career here in Impact Wrestling? That is a hell of a thing to wrap your mind around, ladies and gentlemen. What could be next for Rich Swann if he manages to get the win over the #1 contender to the Impact World Champion, such as what Tasha Steelz did to Jessica Havoc? Anyway, main event coming up next. Let's go to the ring. Look at Moose. 295 pounds and a former Atlanta Falcon linebacker. God, this man, given his size, given his stature, a very agile big man. One of the most impressive big men in professional wrestling. The self-proclaimed Mr. Impact Wrestling. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you. I'm on the match. Then I got something to do. And here comes Rich Swann. God, it's about to get juicy and jiving here, isn't it? I have one more thing to do. That's it. It might be a bit. And then we could watch Criminal Minds. Look at Rich Swann. Just getting jiggy with it. Also just had my drink explode all over me. Isn't that nice? This is going to be a hell of a main event. Can Rich Swann hold up or keep that heart going to fight tooth and nail with the 295-pound Moose? Moose standing there with pure determination. There's nerves inside of Rich Swann. Main event time, ring the bell. Not wasting time. Getting those right hands right in as he looks to send him off of the ropes. Good leap broad. Got him down. He missed. Why does he have that in his arsenal? Every single time he misses. Rich Swann looking to send Moose into the corner. Running. Oh, was looking to run at full speed. Nice reversal there by Moose, shoving him off. Grabbing hold. He's got him by the throat. Moose with the slam. Grabbing hold of the knee. Looking to target that, target the legs, which eliminates about 95% of Rich Swann's offense. A former X Division champion definitely knows what it's like to be a world champion, but Moose got him up and packaged him right in the middle of the ring. Rich Swann looking to get right back up on his feet. Beautifully flush jawbreaker coming out of Swann. Going for the super kick, but Moose doesn't go down that quickly. Oh, and that one did it. Rich Swann may actually have the number of Moose. Good elbow. Setting him off the ropes. Here goes Moose. And with the slam, Jesus! Going for the stomp. Moose looking to go right for the midsection. Going for the deadlift suplex. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That is our #1 contender. And to be honest, might be our future Impact World Champion. Moose is absolutely unbelievable. As he looks to climb to the top. Away to the middle ropes. He's got him hooked. Oh my God. Got him hooked right with the elbow. Rich Swann maybe trying to find the air in his lungs right now. 1, 2 in the kick out. Definitely needing to find the air again. Great rolling neck snap coming out of Moose. Oh, wait a minute. Steps right up. Beautiful head scissors coming out of Rich Swann. Great athleticism by Rich. As he goes right into the DDT, taking Moose right off of his feet as he rolls right to the outside. Moose has about had enough. Turns him around. Hoisted him up into a Saito onto the floor. Moose grabbing a hold of the steel steps. Big moment happening here on Impact Wrestling. Chris Hero back inside the squared circle for the first time since he's been released from the WWE. Rich Swann up on his shoulders now. Here he goes. Oh my God. He may have just killed the man. Nice right hand. Moose grabbing a hold of him. Got him down, flesh on the apron. Not really flex anymore. He just collided with the bottom rope. Let's go with the right hand. Rich Swann fighting right on back. Going for the leg. Setting him off of the ropes. Rich Swann about to do something fancy, maybe. What's this? Good elbow. Good chop. Rich with a slap. But Moose fighting right on back right here. Setting him into the corner. Looking to hoist him up. Nice chop. Going for another. Oh, and all 3 times he just massacred him. And now drives a leg right across the throat of Rich Swann. Oh, wait a minute. Swann starting to fight right on back. Grabbing him here. Not a chance this time. Missing the drop kick. What an idiot. Moose. Oh, wait a minute. Might be in trouble. Rich Swann with the side Russian leg sweep. Look at Rich. Might be trying to get the crowd and the momentum on his side here in this main event. Here he goes for the clothesline. Going for another. One more time. Wait a minute. Super kick right there by Swann. Swann might actually have his number. Oh, good night. Now he heads for the top. What's he about to do? Oh, wait a minute. No! Moose avoiding the 630 splash by putting his knees up. Oh, he just tosses Swann. Oh, what a right hand. Going for another one. Moose. Oh, my. Moose went to go for another right hand. Solid left by Swann. Went to go with the super kick. Not this time around. Moose got him crossways. Sending him over into the following slam. Beautifully done. Now look at Moose as he goes for the cover to get the win over Swann. Here in the main event. No! Wow, that was close. Now Moose just looking to torture him. Taking those elbows right into the shoulders of Swann here tonight. Getting him back up on his feet. Solid right hand. Moose looking to send him over. Running at full speed. Moose with a clothesline. Oh, look at the arrogance of Moose. Thinking he's a Herculean warrior. I believe it. Oh, looks to go for the leg. This time Swann. Up on his feet. In control of Moose here. Grabbing a hold into the DDT once again. God, what is it going to take for Moose to put this guy away? As I said, Rich Swann is one hell of a fighter. May not be enough to outdo Moose. Oh! Got him face first into the turn post. Oh, and once again. That'll be a concussion for you in the morning. And back inside the ring, Moose is climbing to the top. Moose does not belong up there. Willie Mack on the outside. Surprised he hasn't gotten the middle of this. Oh, and he missed. Big risk with no water in the pool. Rich Swann going for the cover to capitalize on this mistake. And the kick out there by Moose. Good drop kick. Step it up. What's he looking to do? Can he fly? He caught him into the powerbomb. Flipped over right into the peg. 1, 2, and a Rich Swann with the kick out. Swann fighting right on back. What a left hand. Solid elbow. Step it up. Oh! He did it. God, I think he just beat Moose. No. Is he moonwalking? I think you left him alone. Look at Moose. Back up on his feet with an elbow. Oh, why'd he turn around? Catching hold. Beautifully done. Now Rich Swann up on top. Looking to capitalize. No! Oh, he's up. But wait a minute. 1. And the kick out by Moose. ferociously. Got him into the... Oh! For the cover once again. One. And the kick out. God, Rich Swann is doing anything he can to beat down the gargantuan Moose. Here he comes. Endo. Rolling thunder. Shades of RVD. A stone to the midsection. Folding up Moose right in the middle of the ring. I can't believe he's got him grounded. God, Rich Swann could put away Moose in the blink of an eye. Here in our main event. Getting him back up. Moose contorting. What a kickoff. Grabbing a hold. Oh my. Moose off in the corner like a rabid Wolverine. Big boot leveling the poor son of a bitch. And now Moose just focused right here on Swann. Here he goes. Lights out. Check out the replay on that devastating maneuver. Coming out of the 295-pound linebacker. God, that's got to be it for Swann as Moose goes for the cover. 1, 2. To be it! Rich Swann isn't going down at all! Unfreaking-believable! Good knee. Stepping up into the drop kick, but he missed. Turning it around on it. They're gonna go for it. Oh, what a slam! What's Moose looking to do here? Moose grabbing him into the knee and just folded it. Gotta be it for Rich Swann. Good God. Oh, and here he goes. Not again. He should have ended him right there, but he's tossing him right out. This is unbelievable. Oh. Nice hand. Setting him up into the neck breaker. Rich Swann. Oh, good night. Just ate one of the most devastating lariats I've ever seen. They're fighting all over the outside. Oh, just sent him into it. Rich Swann, just ate that barricade. Sending him once again. Oh, there might be a concussion here. God, Swann's a mess. 8. Oof. Oh, where's he going with him? And Moose got back in. Now, I know the man just suffered a loss via counting, which is absolutely ridiculous, because I think Moose actually had him beat. But let's put it this way. Let me break it down for you people. That just made Rich Swann look like $1 million. Now, I'm not disregarding the performance that he just had against Moose. He put up a hell of a fight. But Moose just came out here looking like $1 million and took charge of the situation. Still, the #1 contender to the Impact World Championship. But folks, we will not have another show until Monday night, where we will be live with Monday Night Raw. We got ourselves a hell of a run as we are on the road to Fastlane over there. You will not want to miss it. Great action coming your way from the Red Brand. I have been Tommy Black, the voice of Motor Entertainment. And I will see you guys Monday. head over to the Mike World Order podcast as we speak. There he is. Good night, everybody. And oh my God.